Hey Sohail, how you doing?
Hey Akash, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I thought today we might talk a little bit about some of the news coming out of CES. Obviously, tons and tons of different reports on various things. I haven't fully dug into all of it. Obviously, there's an avalanche of information coming out. I wanted to get your initial takes. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? How do you feel about it?
Hey, CES, always exciting in early January. It's fun to see really how much of what's come out of CES this year has been about AI being baked into products, and getting more and more specific in terms of the problems they're trying to solve for and the features they're adding into products. Lots of whiz bang features, but the thing that I always come back to is, if you're adding capability or features, how is it actually helping your users? And what problem are you really, really trying to solve? And is it going to move the needle on that?
Yeah.
That's a litmus test that I have yet to see a lot of products meet, but time will tell. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree. I think always there's a litany of different products and technology advancement. I think it's very feature rich, but I think it's very low on what do we really need to make our lives easier, and what are we going to use at the end of the day. I mean, if you look
Yeah,
back at all the different technologies that have come out, I think there's a very small percentage of people using some of those technologies. I think it just is what it is. I think the last wave was smart home that I remember. I mean, I don't really use much of that, right? I've got Nest, I've got Ring, but I wouldn't constitute that as smart home. And I would think that my usage of that is very small compared to where I'm investing more time, right? And I don't know if you have any experience with some of that.
yeah, no, absolutely. Smart home was big for me personally. I spent a ton of hobby time configuring, Alexa-based devices all around the house. And yes, I can, make my shades go up and down with my voice, and I can make lights blink in different colors, and I can,
Nice.
you know, have something announce to me when the mail's delivered. But all of that is fun and enjoyable to a point. But I have to say that it took a fair amount of effort to bring all of that to life.
Yeah.
And now that it's stood up, it breaks sometimes, and you
Yeah.
have to go spend time, go fix the connections and make everything work again.
Yeah.
And candidly, I can't get my wife and kids to use this stuff. They're more
Right.
frustrated than happy with all of the enhancements we've brought into the home. And maybe it's not the right thing to compare smart home and AI together. They're very different technologies and
Totally.
will enable very different use cases. But the fundamental thing is, how easy or hard are you going to make it for your users to use, and
Right.
how will that impact adoption? And I
Yeah.
think that's something that I think about with AI as I did with smart home.
Yeah. And I'm still digging into the info, but I saw Shelley Palmer's keynote, and I want to read some of the different reports that came out. But I thought he made some great points about AI, and it's something I've actually said for the classes I was teaching last year as well, which is AI intrinsically for marketers and business professionals, it's not a technology problem anymore, right? If you look at Gen AI and LLM, they're well advanced enough, and there's enough tools in the toolkit. And if you can get the right developers, right, which is scarcity and talent there, but if you can get the right developers, you can make different things come alive. I think the leadership gap is a bigger issue that needs to be solved with AI. Is how is leadership saying, what are the different business use cases? What are the different customer use cases that we can expand upon, knowing these are the capabilities of AI? And I thought he made a great point, and a couple minutes into his keynote, that's like a pivotal moment here to really continue to embrace it as leaders. And I think
Yeah,
that goes to the wider spectrum of like different electronic device, which doesn't really have much to do with our marketing and digital and business lives. But when we bring it down to what we do, we now have to be very careful and say, here are the things that we can advance through this. And what are we doing about it? Because this technology is here, and it's only going to make our
right.
lives easier.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree that it is a leadership issue, and making the right decisions about which problems to solve and how easy you're going to make it so that people actually use the technology to solve those problems is the key thing. And I'm looking forward to seeing folks get it right.
Yeah, that's a great way to end. Thanks, Sohel. Thanks as always. I'll see you next week.
Talk soon.